Hello, my name is Mehmet. I'm from Mission Housing. I would like to talk about today a brief presentation of our 18th Street project. We're Mission Housing. We are one of the first affordable nonprofit organization in San Francisco. And this year we're celebrating our 15-year anniversary. We own and managing over 35 buildings and currently serve around 3,000 residents. And myself, I have a background. I've been working for Mission Housing for 3.5 years. My background is architecture. I'm currently getting my license in architecture. And I am a kind of project construction owner's representative in this role in this project. So 18th Street project. So we have almost like 100-year-old 3-story wood construction apartment building in the heart of the Mission, San Francisco. It's located in the 18th Street on the San Carlos, which is between Mission and Valencia Streets. This building is 100% affordable. And Mission Housing inherited about 8 years ago. Since then, we had work on the soft store retrofit and redo the roof. One of the starting of this electrification process, our tenants are getting older and we need to accommodate in a better way. So we decided to convert our unused existing garages to ADU to create a better accommodation for them. So here's our existing garages, and we would love to have that an ADU portions of that. So because of the ADUs have lower cost and quicker permitting process for the larger multifamily building types. Because of the ADUs tends to be relatively small and amenities are modest. So they provide more affordable housing options. So we can make this project housing units less than maybe half or like less than 1/3 of comparable units in the multifamily buildings. As an infill development, we're looking for the ADUs as efficient and green with an environmentally friendly design consideration and using green materials. Hopefully, we're guessing that ADUs will start the healing process of the project site. And this is how was our goals. And in 2020, we've started the pass loan process with the city for 5 different projects. And one of our main goal is to use more efficient systems and integrate the new technologies in our projects. So we spend over 6 to 9 months about the feasibility to go over options on rebate programs and decide what is the most reasonable solutions for this project. So 18th Street, we tried to also add a PV panels portion with that, but at the end, we decided it was not feasible. I would like to talk about a little bit of the scope of work. So first of all, this is a complete electrification process. So we shut down all the natural gas in the building systems and convert everything into electric. ADU portion, we're converting the 6 existing garages to 2 1-bedrooms and 1 2-bedrooms units. So they're all voluntarily ADA compliant for our seniors. And we're creating the building systems and fire protection, water heating, space conditioning. And we're adding a new technology, appliances, and the fixtures. For the upper portion of the building we have 8 units. We're removing and replacing all the finishes with remediation. We're adding a high efficiency appliances again, fixtures, new LED lights in the common areas and in the units, retrofitting the windows, adding the insulation on the roof attic, remove and replace any kind of galvanized piping, rewiring the units, kitchen cabinets. So it is a big project, tenant improvement project requires a relocation. As a crowded team, we have a very crowded team actually in our this project. Architect Howard Bletcher, we are using an MEP consultant for MAC engineers. Our energy consultants, AEA. Our contractors, Nibby Brothers, but I have probably hundreds direct contacts, including the relocation consulting, waterproofing, specification writing, city agency, PG&E, hazmat. It's a big collaboration and it involves a lot of people. Even the mayor was in a part of this project. So she had a press conference in our building to supporting the ADUs. I'll talk about a little bit of the schedule. In this like a crazy pandemic times, it took us like a 1.5 or 2 years to get funds, design and permit the project. We're very close to finish the work on the upper units, which will be done by the end of this month. But unfortunately, ADU portions will be delayed because of a worldwide material shortage for switchgear, electrical gear, which will coming from Europe. But we give that order on Christmas, and it takes like a 10 to 11 months to bring it in San Francisco. But the construction of the ADUs will be done, but we will wait for the material to be arrived, and then we will just switch them to electric for 100%. For a delivery method, we use a negotiated bid for a delivery methods. We got our first estimates in the DD set. With the several updates later, we got the 100% GMP in the CD set. So electrification, we all talk about today. I don't have to go over details, but we choose electrification because of the decarbonization, using renewable energy, become more efficient. But for 18th Street projects, it's very specific. It's a 100-year-old building. And since we're in the earthquake zone, we would like to be responsible to our tenants, our neighbors, and the cities. And we always try to create a safer environment to our tenants and for everyone. And we believe that this will be a ripple effect that the people can believe that people can learn from the buildings, especially they can learn being responsible and being sustainable and apply to their lives as well. I will talk about a little bit of the key components, HVAC systems. So we use that high efficiency packed HVAC systems in our upper units as the wall mounted, as you can see in the picture. And then in the ADUs, we use the ceiling mounted versions. The best part of this, using this technology, beside its efficiency and quiet, we eliminated all this existing ductwork and shafts in our building. So our units gained a lot of space for that. Water heat pump system. So we have replaced all furnaces with heat pump water heating systems. They are, of course, more efficient. But one of the reasons that we choose this model is for the warranty. So they have this, I think, 10-year, the same warranty that we have this existing furnaces. Induction stoves. Basically, this is for like a safer environment. One of the things that we're planning to do is going to have a learning sessions with our tenants to show how they can use their appliances. And also we are going to give them a gift card so they can replace and buy their pots and pans for them. Rebate involvement program. So we used, implemented by AEA, we used Line Whip, BayREN, and Tech Clean for 18th Street. The process was a feasibility phase. We meet every once in a week and go over the scope and look for alternates. And when we started DD sets, we changed to our bi-weekly meetings. And when we went to construction, we just meet only once in a month to give us some updates. So the next phase, I would like to talk about a little bit of lesson learned areas. PG&E is one of the most probably the problematic portion. So I can say that if you're planning to convert your building to natural gas to electric, you should know that your building electrical loads will be significantly increased. According to PG&E service in that area, PG&E will most likely to ask you to increase the service by adding a new transformer. There are several ways to do it. They can use the existing transformer. They can add the transformer in the pole mounted, or they can put it in the sidewalk, or they can put it in the property. For our project, our threshold was 400 amps. And since we're adding 3 more units, 80 units, we will exceed that number. So PG&E literally asked us to put a transformer in our backyard. We were almost, because of that, we're almost canceling our project. But later on, we went over our calculations and we decided to put a pole mounted transformer with the 70 feet of trenching. Like one of the things that I really recommend you start to contact with a PG&E about 6 or 9 months before our construction. I contact PG&E probably in February, apply it probably in the March, and for the work that we start in December, and it was literally last minute work again. Some other considerations while you're moving this 100-year-old building to electrification. So as we know, if the equipment affected must be brought up to the codes, current codes, current PG&E or DBI codes. For electrical gears like switch gears, distribution boxes, meters, they have their own requirements and locations and clearance. We're very lucky that on our 18th Street project, we have sufficient clearances, but for another project, we were not that lucky, so we need to find a space for our meters. Same thing with the unit panels. So for heat pump units or the HVAC units, needs to have a breaker in the unit panel. So that unit panel needs to have a sufficient amperage and an expansion space, which our project doesn't have that. And since it's a 100-year-old building, these unit panels were in the closets, and the new code says that we cannot put it there. So we have to find replace and relocate it as for the code requirements. We had like a change order for that. Wiring, again, if it's an old building, probably it's like something that you want to consider the rewiring. It's a code issue. So we have our existing building with knob and tube wiring, so we have to rewire the full building. I will talk about a little bit of the, how much is the, the costs and the, the GMP numbers. The GMPs, our original GMPs was like a $3.5 million with the 7% of contingency. This was like a 2.2 for the ADU portion, which is like a 750K per unit, and 1.3 million for the upper units, which is 8 units, and per unit is 160K. And our electrification cost around $430,000, which is per unit is 40K. Lastly, I will show you a little bit of the process of the construction. This is our right now ADU portions, like brand new, everything is new. Upper units kitchen, I just got a text from our contractor. We have a new flooring arrived, so they will put it back again. And upper units bathroom and the upper units with the carpet. This was our tenant's requests. Lastly, this was we take these pictures on 2019-20 before, and we dream about it probably in 2020. And right now, yesterday's picture is right now what's going on. We're becoming a reality now. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you guys enjoy my presentation. Please email me if you guys have any questions. So also, I would like to invite everyone to our open house, which is in June 24th, Friday, between 10 to 12 noon. So as the whole team will be there, we can love to meet with you and love to give you all your answers, all your questions, and we'll ask all of our partners, friends, and families. So it will be a very fun event, and hope to see you guys all there. Thank you so much.